Well, good afternoon. This is your Barefoot Country Cook, and at this time of year when it's so hot, we really don't have anything going on in the garden, but we do have a lot going on back here. As you can see, this is grown. I don't even know what this bush is called. All I know is it's a pain. It's pretty. It's variegated. Maybe someone can tell me what this thing is. But it's got new growth that's reaching out into the yard. And last night I was feeding some orphan kittens on the deck, and they got surprised by none other than those nasty possums. One of them. Where there's one possum, there's got to be a mother one somewhere. And it used this bush to get up on our deck. I hate possums. They're nasty looking, and all they do is scavenge around, and they're hard to kill. I had to kill one once. He needs a good sharp shovel. But this needs to be below the deck level. As you can see, it's way past the deck level. This thing is as tall as I am, and I'm not that tall. This is a good 10 feet high. This thing is a good 10 feet high. I need it my height. I need it down to where it's manageable, where I can keep it trimmed up and keep it looking nice. So I got my tools out. For groundwork, I guess this is tool time with your Barefoot Country Cook. I'm not barefoot, but I do have my sandals on. So this is an electric weed whacker, what do you call them? And if you ladies have never used one and don't know what this in the handle is, this little hook in here is to keep that plug from coming out, because it'll pop out. If you don't have it hooked into that little thumb there, it's going to pop out, and you're going to get mad because now you got to try to plug it back in. It doesn't come unplugged like 4 or 5 times. So the key with these things is to keep your electrical wire hooked in, your extension cord. You want to keep it out away from your body so that you don't have a tendency to whack yourself. Now you're wondering, why are you showing me a weed whacker with that big bush back there? Well, this is good for trimming off the leaves, the new growth, like this little piece down here. But it didn't take it all the way off, did it? No, that means it needs something heavier. But this is great for all the underbrush that will tend to grow up underneath. There's some monkey grass under here, which is a decorative ornamental grass, and it can't grow because this thing has gotten so big. So hopefully with doing that, I can make this more like a decorative portion of the backyard, because our backyard is nothing but woods. I'll show you that in a moment. But that's the weed whacker, the electric one. The gas-powered and the rechargeable battery ones, those belong to my lovely husband. And so this is mine. This is one I use. I have my own tools, girls. I got my tools, he's got his. That way we don't argue about who's got whose tools. So there's that. Now the other tool that I use is a trimmer, hedge trimmer. This is an electric hedge trimmer, Black & Decker. I love Black & Decker tools. They're great. And this little guy, because of the sawtooth action that goes on, and if I can get it to plug in to the, okay, big plug goes in that one. Okay. And again, in the handle, there's a little thumb. Let me show you up close this way. I call a little thumb. And that's where you tuck in that electrical cord. Just snap it in there. That way it won't pop out while you're trying to trim your bush. Now, on the right-hand side, I've already showed you what the ultimate goal is for this. And I'll do a demonstration of this little gizmo. I love this baby. He's awesome. This is a really cool gadget. I love it. And I got a lot whacked off on the front. Now, if you could notice, I start from the bottom and work my way up. Well, that's because I'm short. Other people start from the top, work their way down. But this way, I can haul away the underbrush to see if there's anything under there that I need to know about first. Chipmunk holes, snake holes, whatever. But I want it to be where it's no more than 4 feet out from the deck edge and at least only 5 feet high. In other words, this is going to be half its height. So this is ideal. Now you're probably wondering, what the heck, how are you going to get them big tall branches up there? Got a tool for that too. It's not electric though. I got this branch grabber, and it has a saw edge on it on the top. As you can see, there's the saw, and this rope does the cutting for the branch cutter. So this is a branch cutter and saw. So the little skinny branches up there will fit under this archway very easily, and then when you pull on the rope, it cuts it. This thing extends out. It can go very tall. So I can trim those branches from above very easily. And if the branch is thicker than this circle here, this arch, if it's bigger than that, then you have to use a saw, because the blade will not be able to get around it to cut it. So let's cut one and see. One that I can't reach, which is all of them up there. So let me find one and use the blade as a way of finding one. Get it wrapped around that baby and pull my string and boom. There she goes. So as you can see, when you're short, it don't matter if you got one of these, you can reach them. Got that big old thing off. Now you see how it's got these black leaves on there? That usually means one of two things. It's either gotten too much water or not enough. We've had a lot of rain lately, so it's actually not healthy for this plant to be so big and to have constantly moist soil around the bottom of it, even though I don't know what it's called. So my full intention on this is that the next time you see this bush, it's going to be the same height as on the right hand side, and I'm going to show you what I've done over there. And one more tool first. Actually two. For those of you who might have some sensitive skin, like leaves make you itch, like sometimes they make me itch, get yourself one of these little hand grabber things. And so when it falls down at the top, use this as your extra long arm. Go up there, grab it, and bring it down. Now for the branches that are a little thicker than that one was, that you don't need the saw for, but are just too thick for the cutting blade with the rope, pruners, long handle pruners, beautiful things. Then of course you have the long bladed pruners, which I'm not going to use that for this because I don't know what's in that bush. All I know is it needs to come down. I don't want any more possums crawling up this and getting on my deck, because we watch out for our little furry friends, and I mean the kitty cats that people, for some reason, they just stop loving them or whatever, and when they come around, we feed them, and then they'll disappear, and sometimes they keep coming back, and we've adopted a couple of them out, and that's what it's all about, is protecting those that are weaker than us and helping them out, give them a hand up, and even if it is a paw up. So those are the other tools that I use, and I'm going to show you what this is going to look like when I get done with it, because I already did one corner of it. So let me put these down. And I've done a little bit of weed whacking on the side with the weed whacker there. So I'm going to show you exactly my vision for this plant is for it to all be like this side. You can see how this is, well, it's shorter than I am, which is good because 4 feet is really ideal. I start from the outside, then I'll work my way across the front, and then up, and then this monster of a bush is going to be no longer a monster. If you've liked this gardening tip, let me know. I'm not in my vegetable garden right now because the yard need this thing. Once you see a possum, that's it. You got to do something about it. And I don't need no possum tearing up on my deck. So this has been your Barefoot Country Cook. Wearing sandals, but that's because I don't want any branches to stumble on. And subscribe and let me know if you'd like to see more yard tips, because right now it's yard time until fall. So God bless. Take care.